Here, you sit on this one. I'll sit on that one.
Okay.
We are having a little bit of some issues because we have a special guest in the shop tonight. Actually, the shop is full of special guests today. Hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching a Sunday live stream. What I told Chris like 15 minutes ago, hey, are you going to be ready? Oh, yeah, I'll be ready. And then he wasn't.
He said, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
Well, we did give him the comical chair.
Yeah, we did give him
he's going to sit up here.
The hilarious chair.
Then you guys can look at his bowls.
So we are, it's an adjustable chair too, and he refused to adjust it. We have, the shop is full because starting tomorrow, we have a Build the Classic Setnet class happening. And so everybody is here, and everybody wanted to come and stop by, which is very cool. So, and Daryl brought us some cool new glasses. You can't see it on mine, Daryl. Mine just says, it says Matt, but you can't, but it's etched in the glass. So yeah. Of course, Mrs. Toast is here. Last Sunday, we had nobody here, just Michael and myself. But now the shop is loaded with people. Chris, you're here with half beer.
I have another one. Ready.
Anthony Icavangelo from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, is here.
Are those wee beers, or is your hand really big?
No, they're regular sized beers, but Chris poured half of a beer in my glass. Really so Chris, what have you been up to since I saw you last?
Since Friday, I did a bunch of bike riding, and I did a bunch of hanging outside because this is the perfect time of year. It is gorgeous outside, but you got to warm up. Otherwise, it's cold and pretty. And then later, it's nice and pretty.
Andy, what's the 30-second version of what you've been up to since the last time I saw you? Notice I put a time limit on it because, let me
start from the back from the beginning. I was born in upstate New York.
See, it's already happened.
Nothing much. Just working. Shop's been busy trying to get into the new shop.
That's right. Well, that's one of the. I'm glad that you're here because we're going to talk a little bit about that today.
Sweet.
But we also want to talk about guitars we hate.
Oh yeah.
But in the meantime, I want to tell you. So yesterday I take Saturdays off, and I don't really do anything but kind of come into the shop for a little while because I take the day off. So I only come in for a little bit, and I was writing all day yesterday, and the person who helps me with is the person who's helping me with T-shirts and websites and this new writing project that I want to do is Joy. You guys have seen Joy in the comments. She thinks I'm a dipshit because I'm always drunk and angsty and misspell everything. I'm stupid as fuck. So yeah. So I haven't bombed Joy's email yet with all the stupid shit that I'm trying to edit myself.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What do you mean writing? What are you writing songs? Are you writing a book?
No.
Are you writing a children's novel?
I'm writing a children's novel about a magical cat that goes off and has adventures while everybody's gone, at school during the day and at work, and no one knows, what this cat gets to do. And there's illustrations of this cartoon cat in a submarine and stuff. No, it's not.
He's hoping to sell it to Disney as Pets 3.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Lots of mayhem.
No,
Mayhem the cat.
No, that's not what it is. Well, so if I ever finish this, you might hear it. But if I ever get hit on the head with a rock, you'll know it is either Carrie Ann or Joy, one of the two.
No, I go for kidney punches. Okay. I don't like to leave marks. No marks.
Anyway, so we wanted to talk about guitars we hate today, and we wanted to drink some beers, and we wanted to welcome everybody to hang out with us at the shop.
So otherwise, regular day at the shop.
Pretty much a regular day at the shop. Yeah.
No guitar I hate.
Well, no, I'm hoping that there will be a controversial pick or two or three. So did you know we were going to talk about? I told you a little bit about this. Okay, all right. So this didn't come.
Whenever I was here earlier,
it wasn't a complete left fielder then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I forgot as soon as I left.
Okay, all right.
So I gave you a face palm, by the way.
That's because I'm such a doofus. Yeah, I look at emails that I sent to Joy, and I'm like, did I really spell? She was, she did the guitar. I'm not the guitar. The Texas Toast beer label. And I'm like, no, I'm so vain. I need to have my name on that. I spelled it VEIN. come on. I'm a
That
turd.
may actually
I'm a
be the
turd.
correct spelling.
I think it's VAIN.
No, for you.
Oh, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm such a dummy. But anyway, so
what is this about?
what is what about
what are
this
you
this
writing?
podcast that we're?
No, I'm saying, what are you writing about? 'Cause we've never answered that part.
Oh, it's an angsty. It's just basically me being angry and frustrated and drunk and like
None of that
bombing the keyboard with as much like stuff that I can steal from Jack Kerouac's style and putting into basically I'm angry at the world. I haven't really told anybody about it because
You
know
wear a
that might
hoodie
be
and
a stretch for
sunglasses
you,
when you
though.
write this?
no, but I
might
am
be a
calling
real
it the
stretch.
Electric Guitar Builders Manifesto.
Yeah, so it is a manifesto.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna send it to us?
No, I'm not sending it to you. Yeah, if
No,
you
you
have
send it to Time Magazine.
No,
if
the
you
manifesto.
ever get to read it, it'll be when it's finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten a manifesto before. That's why.
I
Like,
know.
I'm wondering
You
now.
you have gotten
Putting
several
some
of
pieces
them.
together.
Yeah. No, it didn't come from me.
Okay.
No. So anyway, but we wanted to talk today about guitars we hate, and we want to hear what you guys have to say about guitars that you hate and our picks. What you think about our picks? So yes, ma'am.
Lakeside Welding Jerry
Hey, Lakeside Welding Jerry.
says the reverse flying V, ugliest guitar ever.
That's what you're gonna hear some picks that are no brainers probably.
Well, like
Yeah.
Doug Cook, I myself dislike headless guitars.
Again, it's gonna be but I think you're gonna hear some very controversial picks. And I'm thinking that Chris might have the most controversial of all. And yeah,
I
so
think I know what's going to be.
yeah, you might
I'm
know
just
what
gonna
it's
let me
going to
get
be.
the elbow ready.
No.
you wanna-
It's okay. It's not because it's just because like we don't like them personally. It doesn't mean that
No,
nobody else can like
It could
them.
be like
yeah.
Newlywed Game. You could write it down and see if you get the same answer as him.
I don't know if I want to play Newlywed Game. But
No, you don't want to
With
play
Chris?
Newlywed Game with
Yeah.
I
Chris.
don't think so.
I wrote
The dating
3
game.
times a week. What'd you write? Never.
In the butt.
Yeah. There you go. That was the one I was looking for. Yeah.
So
The
we
weirdest place you've ever done it.
with your guitar, and then they were
With your
talking about where you
guitar,
played your guitar.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Chris wrote in the
In
butt.
the butt.
Okay. I also made a video yesterday.
Yeah.
I started to edit the chili cook-off, the chili beatdown, the chili shoot-off, the chili shootout, whatever we're
Mhm.
calling it. And it's so long. It's like there's 4 hours of chili making. And I'm like,
Was that from like a month ago?
yeah,
Yeah.
you were there. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
It's a
Yeah.
chili beat off.
It's
you can only do that once a quarter. Chili cook off.
where's the craziest place you chili beat off?
In the butt.
Yes.
That's a
ma'am.
question for Brad Guitar Miller.
Okay. Hi, Brad.
What about the poll?
Oh, yeah. The poll. So 88% of the people polled have not seen our cool new shirt. I can't look at how many people looked at it. Oh no, here we go. 49 people questioned. Top 5 answers on the board. 12% of the people said they have seen the cool new shirt. 88% of the people have not seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
How do we
So
know those 12% are actually telling the truth?
we don't know that anybody's telling the truth, Chris. That's sort of like Family Feud. You don't know
I'm
what.
taking them at their word.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never lied to me before.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what they could possibly stand to gain by lying about whether they
Doesn't
have
mean
or
they
have
don't.
not seen our
Yeah.
shirt. But yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
what I think is they think they've seen our new shirt, but they haven't seen our new shirt.
So we have a brand new shirt on Teespring, but until somebody orders it, it's buried at the very bottom.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's
That's weird.
the Texas Toast Cross T-shirt. I was going to try to print one out, but our computer and printer aren't communicating right now, so I can't do it. But anyway, it says toast down it's vertically, and it says Texas horizontally, and they share the A. Yeah, so it's sort of like the Dogtown T-shirt.
Wow.
And so Joy did it for me because I'm too stupid to live and I didn't know how to do it. So I'm like,
So-
Joy, will you make me do that? Yeah,
Because she's cool like
yeah,
that.
yeah. She
Is she
knows
like
what's
your graphic design person?
she is sort of taking on the role. She look out. Okay, now here's how. If I'm the dummy, who's really dumb for working with me on all this stuff? But no, so she's brilliant and has been helping me out with a bunch of that stuff.
She's patient and she's
Yes.
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 She's a patient or
No,
she's patient?
We don't know. We
She
don't.
has patience for
Both
working
could
with
probably
you.
have-
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, she made the Texas Toast logo, sort of like the Dogtown logo from the Dogtown skates. You ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that, only cooler.
Okay.
So you can. I've ordered
Only
one, and
doesn't
it
say
should be.
Texas toast. Yeah.
I've ordered one. It should be here in a little bit.
Mhm.
How long does it usually take from
A
Teespring to
couple
get?
weeks is what they're running right
Okay.
now.
Can you be more vague?
They always show up faster than they say. So
Yeah.
maybe by the end of next week,
Yeah.
we'll be sporting fancy new.
Did you get one too?
t-shirts. I did.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'll have
yeah,
to-
of
I'll have to
course.
get one.
Why would I not get one?
I don't know. I don't know why you would. Yeah. So since we got you here and we're going to talk about guitars we hate, why don't you tell us a bit about what else has been going on and because it's nice to have you in the shop as one of the sponsors of the live stream. It's very cool to have you here.
It really legitimizes our show.
Kind of makes
really
it,
does.
yeah,
It
kind of
really
like,
does.
well,
Yeah,
you're just
because
talking
otherwise,
about it.
yeah, it just seems like we're just talking smack.
Yeah, we're just saying the
Yeah,
words.
we're
We're
Flipside
saying
music.
words. Yeah. You know who else sponsors us?
Ike
Kia.
from Flipside.
Kia
Kia and IKEA.
and Hyundai, both. Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody
Hey,
knows.
Use this
Yeah.
promo code to get
Yeah,
a free
yeah,
Kia.
So you've been doing your live stream or your FAQ videos from the new
What
shop.
the FAQ?
What the FAQ? What the fact?
Yeah. So
So we've been doing those from the new shop because here's basically the 30-second rundown of
What's
where
the
we are
crux of
with
the biscuit?
The new shop. So those of you that know what's going on with us, we bought a building. We closed in June, and we're looking to move into that. But we've run into some structural things in regards to
that's kind of
getting it ready.
kind of par for the course. You're
Yeah.
kind of like, oh crap, this happened, and yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to expect that.
It wasn't what I expected, but we ran into it, so it's just part of it.
Yeah.
So we're working on that, but what we decided was, well, if we have this damn building, we have to pay for it. We should use it for something. So we're starting to use what we're calling the media room. So
Okay.
we do our weekly question and answer show. So come
And you and Dylan
subscribe.
can go into the media room and cuddle and eat candy or whatever it is that you guys do.
Yeah, totally. We got there's
Okay.
a couch and everything. It's great.
Yeah. That's-
You can eat sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah. It's just we're just hanging out,
Sure.
making tea and such.
nice.
So what we're actually doing is trying to get that room kind of together. As far as we're gonna set it up to be able to do like clinics and group
You're gonna have like
lessons
bands and stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So we're starting to just at least use the room so we don't feel like, hey, there's this building that's just sitting there and not being
Yeah.
used.
There's
we're
an
gonna start
$800,000 building you can't do anything with.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
getting that going, and then we're getting the warehouse kind of together too, so we can start getting some stuff in there and using that for, storage. And then we're going to start doing some live stream stuff later once we get a little bit closer.
And you and I have
Good.
talked a little bit about the option of having the Great American Guitar Building Contest be judged at
At the
the
store.
shop.
Yeah.
So because a couple of things have happened around the Flipside Music Hendrickson amps kind of gear expo that you guys were doing it.
Yeah.
You guys had originally set it up for 18th of June.
Yeah, we were going to do it in June 18th.
And then the NAMM show said, "Hey everybody, wouldn't it be great if we lopped off the
your
so
knees.
why did the NAMM show switch to the summer thing, do you think?
I think
Because you
of the
had the
because we
They were a little scared of
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Seems
due
like
to
it.
all the
Feels like
COVID
it.
Okay.
stuff.
I don't think that's the reason.
Well, due to all the COVID stuff, yes, it is part of it. And just the way everything's been the last year and a half, where they did the summer NAMM show, but they skipped the winter NAMM show last year.
Yeah.
So I think
It's been-
it's just coming up too fast, and they're like, everything's still a little bit. There's a lot of fuckery going on.
do you think they're going to even have
push
the
it.
summer NAMM show in Nashville
No, they're
anymore?
having it- well, I don't
But I mean,
know.
like after this year, is it just going to go to one big show? I don't know.
At this point,
I guess
I
we'll
think
find
they're
who
out.
knows what they're
scared.
thinking. So they're going to do it in June, the beginning part of June. But
Okay.
we were going to try to put this together like a show.
Yeah.
Here on the 18th, and so we just decided we're going to have to hang that up.
Yeah.
Until we figure out what NAMM's going, because nobody's going to come to our show if the NAMM show's 2
I
weeks. before.
disagree.
Well, I think that what they'll do though is they'll definitely come to the Great American Guitar Building. As you
Yes.
know, we have Philip McKnight is going to judge that for us. Randy Newman is going to judge that for us.
Teeny others.
Tina Yothers,
Sweet.
Bruce
Uncle Jesse?
Boxleitner. No,
Jimi Hendrix.
no,
Uncle
no,
Jesse's coming.
no. So Denver Pyle will not be there, but
Willie Nelson also played him, and maybe.
maybe no. So Philip McKnight's going to be there as a judge. Jeff LaQuatra is going to be there a judge.
Brian Nutter.
Jimmy, and Brian Nutter will all be judging the
Jeff
contest.
LaQuatra.
Jeff LaQuatra, as I had mentioned.
Oh, you said
apparently
him,
he's going to
sorry.
get twice the votes now.
Say it 2 more times, and then it is a quadra.
Yeah, and then he'll just appear.
It's like Candyman in the mirror. He's gonna
Or Beetle guys. Jeff LaQuatra. You can't do it, but yeah.
Sorry, I didn't
Come
hear
on,
you.
come
I
on.
wasn't
Jeff
paying attention.
LaQuatra. Damn it. So close.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to shift the Great American Guitar Building Contest to be at the Great American Guitar Store,
The new shop.
if
we can coordinate this correctly.
I think, which I don't see a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be around the same, because whatever's going on, we got to wait for permits through the
Sure.
city of Denver, which who knows how long that's going to take, plus construction. So it's going to take a lot longer than what we thought.
Mhm.
So I think we could just kind of plan that.
Well,
We can plan a grand opening and the Great American Guitar Build-Off all at the same time.
What do they call it when you have you're not all the way open, but you're almost going to be opening for, like restaurants do it.
Oh, like a soft opening?
No, everyone loves a soft opening, but like what? No, I mean, I'm talking about no.
Jesus, we did this joke the other day.
This joke
He's
never
like, I'm going to
gets
try to
old.
wring this one out as far as I can.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Rig.
Huh?
Yeah. We're still talking about a restaurant here. Okay. So let's jump into the main topic here. Let's jump into guitars we hate. Kirian, is anyone else following? There's a lot of people already saying that the Gibson Moderne has not made any friends. That's a
Come
bummer
on.
for me.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. Well, you're not a big fan of the RD. I know that.
I'm not a big fan of the RD, but a guitar that I hate is that Rickenbacker. Oh, I don't even know what it's called. It's that solid body thing with the hook horn on the bottom. Was it the 460?
The bass?
No. Crap! I should look it up. Somebody else go. Well, okay. So it's a Rickenbacker guitars. It's a guitar that our guitars normally get compared to. Anytime they have that little hooky horn on the
bottom.
Yeah, is it the 700 series? Let's see.
It's got that same kind of hook like an Iceman, right?
Well,
Ish.
oh crap! I
There
don't
it
even
is.
see it.
Nailed it.
No, that isn't it. The 600 maybe? I don't know. Well, anyway, I should have looked this up before we went. Here it is. Yeah, the 620.
Oh, yeah.
So the upper horn has that kind of recurve to it. And every time we build a guitar that has a recurve built in it, like the one that we did with Scott Dahlhoover has a little recurve, and people are like, oh, that looks exactly like a Rickenbacker. And I'm like, doesn't look anything like that Rickenbacker.
Not really.
No. That one certainly does.
But like Rickenbacker guitars, for some reason, like as a guitar maker, I think the necks are too narrow and they don't seem to have any taper.
And they're super clubby.
They're super clubby, and all the parts are like
yeah.
are proprietary, so you can't. I don't know. Rickenbacker guitars in general, I'm not a mega fan of. The 360 I think looks cool, but whatever that one was that was it the
620?
720 620. Thank you, Chris.
Mhm.
That is like high on my list of guitars that I don't care about the Tom Petty video where the guys has that, and that dude's cool, but like that guitar, not cool. So
I'll agree with you. I've never been a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of like the Rickenbacker guitars. I like their basses just because of Lemmy. That's really it. And other than that, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't really care.
okay.
Like Rickenbacker, I would never. It's not like a go-to company.
You guys
for me.
don't carry Rickenbacker at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
We actually have a couple basses in the store.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Which is, but they're used.
Okay.
Cool stuff.
Very cool.
I've never been a very big fan of the Rickenbacker.
You're not going to go out of your way to get a bunch of 620s in the shop.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
So, Ike, where do you come down on what's a guitar that you just hate?
What did I say the other day? And it usually is like the Warlock.
The BC Rich Warlock?
Yeah. Not
Okay.
a big fan. And I'm not a huge fan of super pointy guitars.
Okay.
That's just not. Now, not saying that I don't like some pointy guitars, or they might kind of be considered like I like an Explorer, I like a Flying V.
They're a little roundier than the BC Riches.
Yeah, anything that's too pointy, even like the V's that are pointy, like some of the ESP stuff.
Now let me ask you. What about remember that Poison video? The very, very first Poison video? I think it was Talk Dirty to Me, and there was a big line of like BC Rich like dumped a truck of iridescent green and pink and orange pointy guitars, and it was like CC DeVille he's so cool, he has all these BC Riches, and that was rad though in 1986.
In 1980 whatever, yeah.
It
was, but even back then that was the thing, is like I never liked them then when they were popular.
Okay.
I remember playing them at the music store when I was a kid, and I'm like, how does anybody play this? It was never a guitar that I ever thought was cool.
BC Rich was one of those companies too that like in the 80s they got away from their roots of making something very, very well, making an excellent quality guitar and just making a crazy shaped guitar. So it used to be back in the 70s, lots of things were neck through and Koa and fancy woods and Leo Kwan badass bridges and Damasio pickups and
what did you say?
Do you know Larry Damasio? And they were
money.
Or Marie.
He still owes me money.
Larry Damasio owes
He owes
me
me
money.
$5.
He owes me $5.
That's why you never see him.
That's why you never see him.
That's why you don't come around
to see that guy again.
But like some of the guitars were always crazy shapes, especially for the 70s. But kind of audacious build quality when you get right down to it. The original stuff, you know what I mean? And that's definitely a cool thing.
I think the only pointy crazy guitar that I do like is like the Bootsy Collins bass.
Oh yeah, the Star.
For as fucked up as it is,
Bootsy Collins can do anything he fucking wants
it's
to.
the coolest thing.
Yeah.
He can wear a diaper or a wedding dress. I don't give a shit. He's cool as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
No two ways about it.
So yeah, really super pointy guitars. I don't know. They just don't do it for me.
Okay, but specifically the BC Rich Warlock.
Yeah, the Warlock. I mean, what was the other one? The Bitch. That was the other big one.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember the ads from that stuff. Yeah.
I'm a mega fan of BC Rich. So yeah, so I like the Warlock and the Bitch and the Mockingbird and the Eagle and the Seagull and
the
Mockingbird,
the Peagle. The Virgin was sort of just a super strat, right? It was just like it wasn't over the top and radical. It was just kind of whatever. But yeah. What do you think about the pointy guitars like from BC Rich, Chris? You don't really have a dog in that.
No, I really don't. I remember there was a time when I walked into a Guitar Center or Musician's Friend, I think it even was back then, and they had just seemingly a wall of neon acrylic BC Riches.
And you have a theory about neon acrylic.
Neon in particular. When the only thing you have to offer is neon, you're in a world of hurt.
Hey, everybody, for 2022.
New
neon.
for 2022. Yeah. As soon as you see Texas Toast say new for whatever year, neon, time to pack it in.
Just
unsubscribe at that point because nothing else good is coming out. Yeah. What else can we do? Well, I know. Let's paint it neon.
Everything we normally do, only neon.
Yeah. Neon pink, neon green, neon orange, neon yellow. What's wrong with that?
I think that you and I, Chris, as a couple of guitar makers, we're getting very, very close to being over the target that we want. We're ready to drop ordnance on where we want, on the juicy target that we want to blow up.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's
neon is not part of that.
Neon is not part of that.
Acrylic is not part of that.
Acrylic is not
and
part of that.
$300 neon acrylic is not part of that.
Definitely not part of that.
Yeah, they were the worst.
It's amazing that they were able to do what they were able to do with those guitars for the money that they charge. Because you're right. They were
super for so long.
Cheapo junk. Yeah.
And I think for me going back to that is that just as a kid, like you were saying, that's kind of what was there. I'm like, it's terrible. Especially if like listening to a bunch of stuff that was older, like Zeppelin and Sabbath and Pink Floyd and all that kind of stuff.
Here's Carrie Ann.
Oh, whatever.
I can't tell if she's in agony over what somebody posted in the comment section or
just
your
more
bands
my
that you
opinion.
like?
Or you're talking about Pink Floyd and whatever the fuck
Yeah.
Doors or whatever the shit you
I
said.
don't listen to the fucking Doors.
Okay.
I hate the Doors.
So
Never rule in the shop. No Doors, no George Thorogood.
Never trust
Either
a
one of
band
them.
without a bass player.
let's take some comments from the peanut gallery here before we get to Chris's, because
Okay.
I think
I think you know what I'm going to say.
I think that you have 100%. You're absolutely legit to say what I think.
I'm going to chase everybody off.
and hope you're going to say, but
Mhm.
I think you're going to people are going to go, hey, what the hell? So yeah.
Ooh,
So there's some people who are like, hey, anyone hate the Meteora? Which one is that?
The
The
Meteora.
Meteora. It came out last year, and they did a special run, and they haven't done anymore. I liked it.
Is it a
We
Fender
have-
guitar
yeah.
that okay?
It's
Yeah.
almost kind of a jazz mastery type
I
body
kinda
with
think
a little
it's-
bit more smoother lines.
What would happen
liked it.
if the Telecaster was designed in the future? It's
Ooh, the
it's
future.
very standard as far as some of the components, the Tele kind of stuff, but it's got a more futuristic look.
Does it have a Tele bridge
I believe it does.
or like one of
Yeah.
those half ones?
At
or-
least some of the original ones that they did, the custom shop stuff.
I thought there was just two humbuckers in it.
I didn't think so. I thought it was and it has a metal control plate, volume tone, switch volume tone.
I think we might be thinking of two different guitars.
The Meteora.
Yeah.
Time to go to the
If we only had a device
only-
that
if
could
only there
show
was
us
some
all the
sort of
information
device,
we
yeah.
needed.
Yeah, well, we're gonna move forward.
Anyway,
This is
keep
toast.
moving.
Make
I'll
that thing
look
happen.
this up.
I'm looking at it.
So Lefty O says I'll rankle feathers. I like the Tele shape, but the pickguard and switch plate absolutely ruin it for me. So we're actually making a couple of Telecaster shape guitars that are basically going to be challengers. What are you guys doing?
I'm looking.
Oh, you're looking
See?
at it. Okay.
Look at
There's a big
There's a big
block
thing in
over
front
there.
of
Look
You
at-
can't see
Yeah,
it.
You
settle
look at-
down.
This is riveting
Look at-
riveting audio, you guys.
Oh,
yeah.
see, that's the one I'm talking
There we
about.
go.
So they're both. So they've done both.
All right.
All right.
That was a special run. I think.
We can
That
we
looks
can
like
be
something like-
be
This
friends.
This is what happens
Yeah.
when a couple of Fender nerds get together and
Yeah.
have to
This
like
kinda
beat each other
reminds
up.
me
over.
of
I'm talking
something-
to you two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Jupiter
I think
High
that was
School?
the first one that I ever saw
Yeah.
was that.
That's
Playing
the
a-
one that they built
Like
that.
a school dance at
Yeah.
Jupiter High
After.
School with
Yeah. So that's like the watered down version of what
This
they
is-
really
That's
wanted
the
to build.
string through humbucker-y thing. That
This
one
is
was a special run.
hey, I think
Yeah.
that's
No, I
my
think the-
jacket.
the
No, my
origin-
jacket looks exactly
the
like.
original
Kick his
custom shop
ass!
ones were very very telly.
Hey Chris,
in
would
all
you
the parts.
do me a favor? I'm gonna need a lot more alcohol if I'm gonna
Yeah,
make it.
if we're
through
gonna
these.
Don't we all?
sit here and
We
beat
all
each
need
other
a
up
lot more
over
alcohol.
guitars
Well,
that nobody likes.
Well, no,
Yeah.
actually, Brad Hutchings
Yeah,
said that
spray the
if anyone
infield.
doesn't like
Might
it,
as well
they
get
can
one for everybody.
they can
Eat a
they can
fart.
pound sand.
Yeah.
They can suck a fart out of his butt.
Cold
Yeah.
beer.
Could I have another one of these? They are in back of the
I'll take a
big
Shiner
box
or a
of beers.
How did you become the beer one?
Okay, let's
Everybody's
jump right
like,
in.
oh.
I think he lined up for that. Yeah.
Lakeside Welding Jerry does not like the Modern, but says that the BC Rich Warlock is a sexy beast. Didn't
Okay.
BC Rich have a beast guitar too? They probably
They
did.
probably
Well,
did.
to each his own.
Thanks.
Andy Mandiak
Just throw
says
them all down.
Thank you.
Warlock
Yeah,
sucks.
We'll get to him.
So does the Ironbird. Remember, I actually like both the Warbird or the Warlock and the Ironbird. I think that Andy is wrong, but that's okay. We yeah, that ain't no big deal. So yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if it's DAG or DAG.
Okay.
Says Snakehead is the best headstock. I am very much disagree.
Easy for you to say.
These are just little things. Let's talk about
Yeah, we're talking
full
about
guitars
that
you hate,
guitar,
not
big
parts of
time.
guitars.
But yeah. So
yeah.
so here's some ones. Andy says Warwick basses, Spectre basses. I don't know if he likes those or doesn't like
Yeah.
those. Driddle says, "Hi Ike, Lakeside Welding Jerry, Matt's new axe, Warlock Hippie Wood Telly painted in nitro. That
Yep.
is probably not going to
That's
happen."
exactly the guitar you're gonna make.
Andy Mandiak says that I am wrong. So Doc says that the Fender Katana, another 80s POS.
Yeah.
Remember the Fender Katana?
I like the Katana and I like the Performer, both.
I don't remember the Performer. I remember
Performer was the slightly V-shaped one.
No, I thought the Katana was the like kind of wedge-shaped thing. It wasn't like a V. It
No,
didn't
you're
have-
right. The Performer was the more Strat, but pointier and
Oh
24
yeah.
frets and
Okay.
yeah. I thought that stuff for
They were
the
going
time,
super shred.
yeah, was okay looking. I mean,
So-
it's those are like peripheral.
You're
kinda
right
guitars.
because and when you said it, you summed it up perfectly when you said for the time. That's what everybody
Yeah.
was playing. Now, if you weren't around then, or if you
Yeah.
don't remember that because you were doing a bunch of blow, or whatever for whatever
Yeah.
reason in the '80s,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you were doing, but that was what everybody wanted to. That's what companies thought you wanted to play. Yeah.
That's why the late 80s, even the standard Fender Strat had a
Mhm.
thinner C-shaped neck, which
And some neon.
there was neon.
Yeah.
There was neon.
Yeah.
I
And they had
remember going
flip-flop
in.
paint stuff too going on.
Yeah.
Well, I like
And then they
flip-flop
saw
paint.
more humbucker in the bridge.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
And it's easy to rag on stuff that, like, lots of companies have made missteps, like the Performer or the Gibson made like the
that V they did a
The-
couple years ago.
no, I was talking about like in the '80s. Remember Gibson had like the Corvus and the
that one that was like
Maestro or whatever.
basically made out of surfboard.
Yeah, it was
a
MDF guitar.
It was
I think they called
foam
it tone
and-
board. Yeah.
foam and fiberglass or something like
Yeah,
that.
and a lot of people are now they're like, oh, those are old, they're cool, but back then nobody wanted those, and that's why they don't make them anymore.
Well,
But-
there's a market, I think, for collectors for that kind of stuff because they're, again, just like you said, hey, we're going to do this new model. And nobody wanted it. And they're like, all right, well, now there's only 500 made, or they only made a couple.
Sure,
thousand
yeah,
or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. And so they are collectible now. It doesn't mean they were worth the shit as a guitar, though.
but it's easy to not like those.
Cabbage Patch Kids are collectible now too.
I
Teddy
Weren't they
Ruxpin.
always?
don't know that. I don't know that they
I
are.
thought they were.
Yeah.
I thought they always were.
But some people,
No,
To some degree.
everything dries up for a little while, right? And everybody was into that, but nobody's into that now. Beanie Babies.
Isn't that
Look for the big Beanie Baby resurgence. I'm going to be a millionaire.
coming up
I've
in the
been,
next
I've been buying them for
in the
like
next 2
It's
25
decades.
cents a beanie.
over here
Yeah.
at the dollar
Do you all the
store?
Yeah.
special? You have all the
Yeah.
special
Store.
Happy Meals.
Yeah, I'm interested in
beanies?
this one with the floppy ears, but I'm not interested in it for your price. I'll give you a quarter.
So I'm going to try this one more time. I'm gonna see if it can go this time. What do they call it when a restaurant? No. So
What dries up for a while?
yeah. So
Don't talk
some
about me like
guitars
that.
are easy to not like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Other guitars, it takes a little more explanation.
Uh-huh.
Chris, I want to hand it over to you. What guitar do you hate?
I am not a fan of the Strat. I kind of hate them.
Hate
in a
mail.
lot of
Hate
ways.
mail.
Yeah, here it
Um,
comes. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's the feverish typing.
As
of,
much as
yeah.
as much as that guitar is an iconic shape and an iconic sound, I cannot get along with the Stratocaster.
It's not. Yeah,
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
There are so many things that are wrong about that guitar that I can't. By the time I'm finished modifying a Stratocaster to fit my personal needs, it's no longer a Stratocaster.
Well, I think people in the audience, there's 109 people who want to know just what in the world.
How many things can I? Okay, so the first two things is the volume knob is completely in the wrong spot. All I do is run into the volume knob and turn it down. And I know there's things you can do. You can move it. You can put washers under it. You can do all sorts of stuff, but I'm still hitting the volume knob. The second problem is where the tremolo arm is. It's in the way for the way that I play.
Mhm.
And between the volume knob and the tremolo arm, it's a no-go for me.
And to
I
be
just
fair,
can't
unlike
do it.
me, who I've never owned one of those Rickenbackers, and I'm imagining Ike has never owned a Warlock. You've owned a buttload of Strats.
And
You've
for
like,
the
I
longest
better try
time,
to get like,
yeah, I thought, well, maybe it's just this Strat that I don't like.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm not finding a good Strat.
Maybe you need to get one of the good ones.
The good
Yeah.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I played a lot of Strats, and I just couldn't ever really get along with it. I just never liked it. And the other dumb thing about that guitar, it has 3 pickups.
Yep.
You can play the original versions. You could play each of those pickups separately.
Okay.
The 5-way switch, You can play each pickup separately. You can play
the two closest pickups together.
two closest pickups together. You can never play this pickup and that pickup. And there you go, Strat.
And there you go, Leo.
Have you ever had like your pick fly out of your hand when it hit the middle pickup and it was like, dang?
Yeah. The difference in sound between the bridge and the middle pickup, man,
Huge.
No, they're not. No,
I think it's different.
It's different, but it's not
middle. You're saying the middle pickup?
the middle pickup
middle
and the
bridge?
bridge pickup.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's just
Closer.
not that much. There's just not that much. And the three pots, you got a volume and a tone and a tone.
Yeah, that's peculiar.
Fuck is that? Jesus Christ! Yeah, who? You know what that guitar is? It's designed by committee, and that's a real thing with Fender.
Okay.
All those guys. Hey Leo. Hey Leo. You know what would be cool?
Volume and two tones.
2 tones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
No, that wouldn't be cool.
That wouldn't be
Why
cool.
not
How
two
about 2
volumes
volumes
and a
and a tone?
Yeah, that's cooler.
Yeah. Give me something I can work with here.
Or master volume, master tone, and get that one volume that's real close to the bridge the hell out of there.
2 pickups. And my favorite single coil position on a guitar is neck and bridge.
Oh, together. Together at last.
Together
Okay.
at last. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. Jazzmaster, Jag, anything with 2 single coils. Humbucker, no.
Telly.
No, Telly. Yeah, Telly's
Okay.
good. Yeah, Telly. Those 2 pickups are just enough different that I can find some other tones that I like in there as well. But yeah, if I can have a guitar with a cool bridge sound and a cool neck bridge combo sound, I'm good.
Okay.
People
Is
really,
that enough rant for you?
people really dig when Chris goes off on a rant.
Yeah, this is
Well, he digs in.
I was
did.
Chris.
Yeah.
And it's an unusual thing, it's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally agree
He's the
with,
nice
with a
one.
lot of what you're saying, though. So, I mean, I
It's
don't hate a Strat,
It's a very
but I haven't
quirky
played
guitar.
one for a very
Yeah.
long time.
Do
The
you
first
own a
time
Strat?
I do.
Okay.
I got a couple of them.
I have a Strat.
And I was thinking about buying another one, but it's a G&L Strat.
okay.
Doesn't make, but the pickups on the G&Ls are different than what you get on a Fender. And so
Mhm.
for that reason, I like the tones out of it. But a lot of the stuff that Chris mentioned, I totally get it. Like that third pickup in the middle always fucks me up because I played a
I
Telly
don't-
not now long enough.
I don't know that we
That's
will
exactly
ever
where I
build
play.
another Strat again. And we've built a bunch of them. There's one hanging up at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, and it's neat.
It sounds great,
But
I mean,
it's
a
like,
great playing sound
yeah,
guitar.
it's a
Not-
Strat.
And
not to blow
there's
smoke, but I'm
there's
just saying
there's
is.
guys that love Strats, and
Yeah.
I understand that. I've never gotten along with, and I think it's a great looking guitar, and I love the idea of a Stratocaster.
If you look up
just can't do
electric
it.
guitar
Yeah.
in the encyclopedia, that was where you used to go to steal information for term papers back in the old days,
Uh-huh.
kids.
That's where you used to copy everything.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
where you would plagiarize things.
What in the encyclopedia? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
yeah. If you look up electric guitar in the encyclopedia, there's a picture of a Strat.
Mhm.
in a Les Paul.
No, I don't. I disagree.
And the
I
first
think it's-
guitar I ever
You think
drew in a notebook while I was supposed to be learning in school was a Stratocaster.
It is the quintessential electric guitar. There's no two ways about it. But
All my favorite guitar players play Strats.
so like Hey,
Dale,
quiet.
Stevie Vaughan, Buddy Holly.
yeah,
Hank
the
Marvin.
peanut gallery
Yeah.
is huge, and
Yeah.
it's surprising that they were able to stay as quiet
It's
as
quite-
they were
especially
for
when
as-
Chris
They're
has-
just
for as long
laughing.
as they
They're
did.
laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're over there conspiring against
Yep.
us now. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So Strats are cool, but Chris hates them. Wait
I
a
just don't
minute,
get
that's
along
not
with
fair.
them. I just,
yeah.
for me personally, now putting them together, well, it's a neat looking guitar. I love the design.
No doubt.
I love the idea of it. I just cannot play that guitar, and it sort of frustrates me that I can't play it. I mean, and everybody's going, "Well, you can't play any guitar."
What's the matter with you? You can't play. Yeah.
but I can play some.
What
guitars.
seems to be the problem, Mr. Fesker?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
It
really
sounds
a
like
hardware issue or is it something else?
I feel like it's not
I
very
think it's a hardware
ergonomic.
issue.
Oh, the Strat is actually. Who said that?
What is it?
Ike just said it.
Ike said it's not.
Ergonomic.
Ike said the Strat's not ergonomic.
I said that.
That's why I said who said. that?
I was compiling comments into
Ah.
the Reader's Digest version.
Well, the Strat was originally supposed to be considerably more ergonomic.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, it's
with
a
the
very
belly
comfortable
cut.
guitar.
Yeah.
yeah, but the middle,
Uh-huh.
like pick screws with the middle thing.
yeah.
And
But
all
there's a
that
lot of people
stuff.
that also like that tone knob exactly where it is so they could do volume swelly things.
The tone knob so they can do volume swells.
The volume knob.
The volume knob.
So they can do
So
volume
they can do-
swells.
Yeah.
They do tone swells.
Yeah.
Tone swells.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One where they're just banging on the guitar, and it's not neat when the volume turns off.
And it's cool to see an old one, and it's cool to see a new one. You know, Triple J has that 57 Strat. That's really cool. You've seen that, right?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. It's an awesome guitar.
The upright lounge is sort of a blur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie Ann loses
Yeah,
track of
the
thing-
days when
What
we
day
go
is
over
it?
there.
Yeah. That's
I
why
really
we were
do.
there. I
It's
was like,
not funny.
It's 9:30. Chris already left an hour ago. I should go because it's going to get to 1:30 before I know
It's
it.
gonna be 4 a.m. before it's
Yeah, and I'm going to have to Uber home.
I
and then
almost missed a
fucking take
whole
cab
day
back.
this weekend. This morning, I'm like, I keep thinking it's Sunday. He's like, it is Sunday. I'm like, motherfucking upright round.
That's because
God damn it.
you lost
Weekend's
a day
almost
in-
over.
You lost a day in the vortex.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not true because you weren't like
It's not
annihilated
Stratocasters'
drunk on
fault.
Friday at the upright
I
lounge.
don't really get annihilated drunk there much.
Well, I know I
Worse
can
than normal.
I can count on two
Thank you,
hands the
Ike.
number of
Thank
times
you.
that
He
you
gets
have.
it.
Yeah. At
Dude,
least.
there's something in the air. I think they pump in like meth through the vents. I don't know, man.
No.
So it's like
At
the
the-
opposite of what they do in Vegas.
It's the
Yeah,
upright.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
Just
think-
get whiffs of meth.
Carrie Ann just doesn't practice a lot of self control when we're at Jim and Leslie's house. So yeah.
Well, she's just got to ride home.
You're gonna
That's
get,
right.
You're gonna get
I
some
wouldn't
self control when I get home tonight. I'll tell you that right now.
So yeah. No, I don't want to talk smack about going over there because I always have a
No,
good
it's a
time. Sometimes I have more
Then a good time.
good time than I need to have. Yeah.
Too much time.
Yeah. Too much of a good time
That brings
is
us all the way back
just
to
barely
CC the
enough
Doorman
of a
and
good
Poison.
time. That's right.
Ain't nothing but a good time.
That's right.
You need to move on from your rant on this particular.
Chris is the one ranting, not me.
No,
I'm done.
you're goading him
To what?
to rant about the guitar.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think we've accomplished that. So yeah.
What about that
What-
stupid maple neck?
What do some other people
So
say?
much.
Yeah, and you're looking good.
Yeah.
What do some other people have to say about guitars that they hate or why Chris is 100%
I have
right?
to go back a long ways because you guys went on a freaking tangent.
That's kind of what we do on Sundays. We go on a freaking tangent.
You think
I felt
I'd be
pretty good
used
about
to
it,
it?
too.
I think you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
I think it's,
I
I think
think
it's
I-
solid.
I think I got all my points across.
I think you did. I think you made some very lucid, very cogent arguments. And yeah,
Yeah. Right or wrong, I stand by them.
I would.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of a Les Paul. I
No.
don't dislike them, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Do you
But we
like
were
what's
talking
the
about
big
guitars
deal?
that you, so
Yeah,
That you.
but I
hate.
understand. But I can kind of understand.
You and-
in this, I'm like, yeah. I don't
you
really
and I
like
chose kind of easy guitars to not really
Yeah.
dig. And Chris walked on the wild side.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
made it-
cheeseburgers
I
suck.
pretty
Fuck
much.
you.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Got. Yeah.
I was like,
It's
what?
true. I've talked about it a lot.
You and I have both talked about it a lot. Yes, ma'am.
Nothing. I'm just trying to change the subject a little bit.
All right, let's change it. What do you
All
got?
right. You guys are harping. All right. Richard Otterina.
Hi,
I
Richard.
hate modern Ibanez basses. Their 70s and 80s basses were cool.
I don't believe I've ever seen a Ibanez modern bass.
Modern.
Oh, modern.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
And thank you.
And
Oh, you
that's,
got the empty one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So all those basic, because I think in a lot of ways, Ibanez, if they're not number one in bass sales, they're probably number two
they're right up
because
there.
they have
yeah.
some pretty cheap but pretty decent stuff. So yeah, that's probably an easy target.
You
right?
gotta
Easy
forgive me.
mark.
I was looking at several.
Plus
comments
modern. It's not unheard of to.
It's all modern.
Yeah.
Because Lakeside Welding Jerry said Gibson Modern was homely as well.
Yeah.
And also Bonnie guitars.
Okay.
I speak for myself on this one, but Rickenbacker, in my opinion, is the ugliest iconic guitar.
I think that you are 100% right. I do not dig Rickenbacker guitars.
You could pick up some steam with those. You can find a lot of people to jump on that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's not. I think that out of 100 guitar players pulled top 3 answers on the board, what's the dumbest iconic guitar? I think Rickenbacker would be right up there. Or they would be forgotten about because they're kind of like Rickenbacker. Who the hell? What's that? I forgot.
And you
all
don't
about
see them very often in shops either.
No,
Because
no.
number one, the buy-in is pretty heavy. But when you do see them, it's like how much. So there's a small shop that I went into in New York, and I was talking to the owner, and he goes, "Yeah, basses we sell all the time." He goes, "These guitars just sit here and collect dust."
So this is an interesting topic. We've got a few more minutes. What do you mean when you're like, what's the buy-in mean on? I want to start carrying Rickenbacker guitars. What's that mean?
So
This is industry secrets, right?
industry
here.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know that I
each guitar company, pedal company, stuff like that, a lot of them have what they call is a buy-in. It's you. So let's say you
You
got
don't just want to have. They don't just want you to have one or two of their cream of the
Oh.
crop
They-
things.
sometimes
They
they
want
make you
you to
buy a
have-
certain amount.
Yeah, a certain amount of stuff or certain models or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And they want to spread it out. So to say a company like Fender,
Okay.
every year we kind of have to do like a reauthorization or we kind of buy in, which it's just part of the process. And this happens with other companies as well. So Fender's not the only one, but they kind of almost have a spreadsheet, and it's like, well, here's our player plus, here's our players, here's our ultras, here's our American 2 professionals.
Okay.
And then here's the, things that are going to go in different classes from there. And they want you to buy one of those or two of those or three of those or seven of those. And so that's how you fulfill that order for Fender to continue on.
What do you think the Rickenbacker one is? Just a buttload of Rickenbackers.
The stuff's not cheap. It could be $20,000-$30,000.
Wow, just
So
to get to be a dealer for Rick. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in some companies, one company in particular that's a very big guitar company. We ordered 52 guitars to get in with that company.
Okay.
Now, what's nice about that is that you get to pick. Some companies let you pick whatever you want, but they do want to specify a few things. So you got to get a couple of these models and that model. But if you realize that, hey, my store does a lot of business with starters, so I really want to go heavy on a starter guitar.
Mhm.
You can maybe order 10 or 15 of those. So that's
Okay.
where you might be able to kind of save a little bit of money here and there. But if you're carrying a certain brand, you want to cover. You want to spread it out.
Yeah,
So you get a little bit of everybody. So
Okay.
that's kind of how it works. And pedal companies do the same thing. And
that's cool.
that's why when people are like, I've always thought about having a guitar store. I think I want to open one."
Yeah, the
I'm
hidden
like,
cost of having
I'm
a
just
guitar
gonna
store.
carry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to carry Rickenbacker bases.
Stratocasters.
Looks like we have a super chat.
Oh, I'm up.
Richard Ryan says Chris forgot to mention that the middle pickup on a Stratocaster gets in the way of a flat pick.
Well, we actually did talk about that. You know,
Oh,
Richard
yeah.
Ryan's Strat has a lipstick pickup in the
Yeah.
middle so
It'll
that
be a
it
smoother
won't
thing,
so that
yeah.
it won't flick the pick out
So
of your
I
hand.
so I don't play over
That
the middle
sounds
pickup
dirty.
too much. I play more back towards the bridge a
Mhm.
lot, and that's part of my problem, especially with the tremolo arm on a Strat. But yes, you are correct. And a lot of guitars with middle pickups, it gets in the way.
Dean, if you're watching, middle pickup, just throwing it out
Gets
there.
in the way,
Might not
yeah.
be
Unless you're putting a smoke machine in there.
yeah, smoke machine.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
then
he's
that's a whole
really-
thing. Yeah.
he's
yeah.
I forget where we were. It doesn't
middle
matter.
pickups.
Middle pickup,
pickups.
Rickenbacker buy-in. What the
Mhm.
hell's a
Guitar
buy-in?
buy-in.
My favorite thing
Couple-
about Rickenbacker,
couple-
and this is just going to turn into a big Rickenbacker bitch fest,
Fast.
is that they will not let anybody give
Yeah.
a price on the internet
It's sort of like
or a catalog.
Mesa Boogie has that. Like, no, you
Yeah.
have to have this is the
Call
price.
for price.
Yeah.
It's like, are we buying fish?
They're
Is
not-
it market price? Is that what we're looking for?
Are they-
Yeah. Well, today, this guitar is $1,700, but tomorrow, maybe $1,500.
Yeah, you never know
Depends
what
on how the day goes.
Fischenbacher's
Yeah,
gonna do.
yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
There he
so
goes. Is that
yeah,
an
'cause-
Italian joke?
because
Yeah,
I do
it
not
is.
like
What
to be
the-
the guy that calls somebody and goes, "Yeah, I'm interested in this Rickenbacker 620. How much is that?"
Yeah.
And they go thinking,
Well, we don't
It's
have
gonna be
it for one thing, but,
$1,200. "Well, it's $2,600." Shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
up
okay, well,
yours.
thanks.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, really for that?
Yeah.
We kinda
Sound sand.
We had that today. We had a couple guitars that don't have the tags on them yet because we're still processing.
You know, if you put
Guys
prices
are-
on stuff, people just buy
They
it.
just
Sometimes
buy
they
it.
buy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't. The guy's trying it out and he's like, "Oh, that's great. How much is that?" I'm like, "That's about just shy of 2,000." He's like,
There you go, buddy.
"Thanks, it's
Yep.
cool, but yeah."
Yep.
But they're not. But Rickenbacker's not the only company that does it. There are
Yeah.
other companies that it's
Okay.
only
Yeah.
You got to call for the price.
It's only manufacturers advertise price and call.
Well, Strymon pedals was like that.
Why don't I just write them a letter for price?
Please send correspondence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear sir or madam, I am interested in a Rickenbacker 620.
Stop.
Full stop.
Yeah. Next to the railroad. Yeah. I'm gonna go down to the depot.
The Pony Express is fixing the
Yeah.
2,600.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I thought it'd be $1.80.
Consarned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a shitload of guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Dylan
I
Talks Tone just
I'm
chimed in with a
not that
super chat.
interested in chasing that down.
So he says that he just.
own a Rickenbacker.
All right, now he
Yep.
said that he just had dinner with Dastardly Dave,
Yay.
Jeff Egan, and Charles Wallace, and the convo revolved around plots and schemes for May and how we missed y'all. So, so Dylan, it's good to have you here, and we see that it's Dylan and Leslie now too. But so he had dinner with one of the Dangerous Brothers, and they're all coming back in May. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk a little bit about that before we wrap it up. Did you know, Ike, that we have a bunch of new, in addition to having an awesome new t-shirt,
Okay.
did you know that we have a buttload of cool new classes?
I did not.
Let me tell you about them.
I was going to say, what kind of classes are you offering now?
Well, as you may or may not know, on Monday, we start the Build a Classic Set Neck. It's the last one of the year. And the guys are all here. They're hanging out in the shop. We're having a good time. And tomorrow we're going to turn exotic lumber into kindling and
Noise.
and
Dust.
firewood. Yeah.
And a guitar.
And a guitar. After that, we have our Build and Paint with Mike Learn, which is the Rockabilly Bow class. By the way, I got a thing from Mike that he's painted the prototype, and I think we'll see that this week.
Cool.
It's wicked awesome.
I want to see that.
And then finally, we have one more spot open actually for the December Build a Classic Fender class, and that class comes with an invitation to our Texas Toast Cridman party. By the way, a lot of the guys have brought toys for Tots.
Yay!
Because we do a toy drive. That's kind of our new thing that we do. We're doing a toy drive, and we were going to save them up all year and then give them away. This year was a little bit. It's going to be a little bit closer to Christmas, so we give them away, right then. And if you come to the Texas Toast Christmas party that Chris calls the Cridman party, I would really appreciate it if you brought a toy for Toys for Tots.
Where's that going to be? This?
Odyssey Beer Works, who is a sponsor of Texas Toast Guitars, and they are making our Texas Toast Whiskey Barrel Aged Red.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a mother bear. You're prepared to get your face pounded in with
Texas Toast goodness.
So it's bourbon, or is it beer?
Bourbon.
It's beer.
It's
beer. It's beer.
Bourbon
aged in a bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
For 2 months, 90 days, something like that.
Chris and Dina.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be 2 months here in a little.
Yeah,
in
so
a
it's gonna
bit.
be
It's
3 months.
So can you buy like growlers or 6-packs?
I don't know how that's going to work, but
Fully roll it.
I just want to know how do I stock up on this.
They're gonna.
Two of my favorite things.
Yeah. You can buy growlers, I think.
we're gonna. Chris and Dina are over at the Upright Lounge watching right now. They should say, maybe they'll chime in and let us know what you can and can't buy. But if you buy a 6-pack, it'll have the cool label that has my vanity quote on the can. Each can comes with a vanity and Apollonia quote from me. So anyway,
Apollonia.
Brad Hutchings sent us a super chat. He says, "Hey Dylan, you're gonna have to beat Brad Angov's mammoth." Hey Dylan, you're gonna have to beat Brad Angov's mammoth. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Yeah,
But that sounds sort of like
it's pretty dicey.
no one beats Brad's meats.
I think Brad is entering the Great American
Chili
Guitar
beat-off?
Beat-Off.
Ah, okay.
Was it chili beat off?
I don't know. You really can't trust people from Canada.
Have you ever had chili from Canada? It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. Yeah.
No, I've never
Chili
heard.
from Canada?
And
Well,
he says,
They put French fries in.
But please
Canada
bring
has
your
really good
$100
chili. Yeah,
bill.
it's poutine. Yeah.
yeah. I like the French fries with the whatever.
Yeah.
When I was a
but it's
kid,
not chili.
when people used to say poutine, I thought it was Tang.
Poutine Tang?
Poutine was like Tang. No,
Yeah.
like Tang, like the drink.
Why
Back
would
in
you
the
think
day.
it was poutine Tang?
I don't know.
Because
But-
it's Pootie Tang.
Stupidest movie ever.
It's
But
so
when I was a kid,
stupid.
though,
It
when
goes
people
to
said
a wormhole.
poutine, I always thought of
White
Tang
man
like it was a
kryptonite.
drink.
Yep.
Mayonnaise. Yep.
That was Undercover Brother. though.
Because that's like
You're
what
right.
astronauts
Was
drink
that when you had the hot sauce?
Yeah.
to camouflage the mayo.
Yeah.
So, Brad, we're going to see Brad in November, and you should definitely come by that class too because it's going to be wildly fun.
And you
For
should
the
bring
Billy
your
Bow?
Billy Bow
I will.
to the class
Yep.
and let everybody go. Yeah.
We'll have a good time.
No, it's
Yeah.
cool. They're just
We're gonna have a
go,
good time.
We can't play this. The neck is
The neck is
Yeah.
way too
Why is this
beefy.
neck so big? Funny story.
Funny you should ask. We'll tell you about that next time.
Mhm.
So I would like to thank everybody from all of our sponsors, of course, our Patreon sponsors who make all of these things possible, in addition to all of our regular sponsors, such as not limited to, but including Tonewood Experts, Dan and Calvin over to Tonewood Experts. Those guys will help you out with just about any of your guitar building wood needs. And if you type in Texas Toast 15 at checkout, I think you still get 15% off. So that's cool. I do know this much. If you go over to Bitterroot Guitars and you get anything you want at Bitterroot and type in TXTOAST at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your entire order, which is very cool. And John and Cheryl are super, super awesome people. I don't have a discount code with Steve from Maximum Guitars yet, but if you sign up for the Great American Guitar Building Contest, Steve will give you $100 credit towards templates. And guys,
So you
That's a
enter
good
for
deal.
free.
let me tell you, these are game-changing templates. You don't have to take my word for it. Call up PJ Wright in New Mexico. He will tell you. He actually sent me an email the other night. He's a cool guy. I'd also like to thank Chris and Dina from Odyssey Beer Works, because without them, our Christmas party, our Cridman party, and our Texas Toast Red would not be possible. I would like to thank Joy Kaminsky for helping us out and putting up with all my bullshit. I would like to thank Facepalm. There's somebody else. Oh, duh. Jimmy and Leslie Jimmy at the Upright Lounge, and Oli Dog for not biting me or not tasing me. Although Leslie has tased me at least. one time.
Yep. And our newest sponsor,
And our newest sponsor, In Touch Magazine, the magazine about man for man.
Kia Automobile.
That's
Just
right.
type in TAOSTST for 15% off your next Kia.
That's not true, but you know it is true. Is
I also didn't spell Texas Toast.
Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Guys, when you're in the Denver area, you've got a few more weeks. You can check out the Legacy shop before the new shop opens up. And if you go in, Ike will give you a big kiss or a sticker or something like that. And Dylan will give you a big bear hug. And if you squeeze his butt, you might get a little something extra. I don't know. I'm just, you might not.
It's speculating. He's
Yeah.
speculating.
Handing out Christmas
But
pieces.
yeah. So Ike and the guys, MJ and Dylan and that other guy,
Gordo.
and new dude,
Gordo's the new guy.
yeah, super cool guys, and they've got everything that you want. And if so, they're open 7 days a week. But if you happen to not be in the Denver area, their website is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everything in the store is on the website. I have to sneeze. Take it away, Ike. Go.
If you need to get a hold of it, feel free to just shoot us an email, info@flipside-music.com. If you see something on the website you like and you got a question or something like that, just email us.
Okay. So you've got a bunch of guitars that everybody loves, and Chris and I hate. Well, Chris hates. Yeah.
We got a lot of guitars that Chris hates.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got because you're a full-fledged Fender dealer.
We're a
You've
full-on
got
Fender dealer. We got
I still like looking at them.
EVH, Gretsch,
Okay,
Just shrunk up. Chris.
Charvel, Jackson, Spectre,
cool,
G&L,
cool. You got it all.
and a bunch of amps and stuff. Cool stuff.
Everything
bunch of
cool.
cool stuff.
Plus, you guys are the pedal kings of the Western
Of the
United
world.
States.
Pedal kings of this region, probably. I mean, right now we got 1,200 SKUs, so
150
pedals.
million different pedals.
And we got right now
Different
we-
pedals, not just
different pedals.
Yeah, you don't have just 1,200
that doesn't
Boss
include
DS1s.
duplicates.
Right,
Yeah,
we probably got
no.
1,200 new pedals, and then there's another couple hundred
Wow.
used pedals. So if you guys like used stuff, used pedals, go to the website, look for the used pedal section, check out the used gear. There's good deals in there.
Like I said, the pedal
Cool
kings
stuff.
of the Western United States.
the
Flipside
world.
Music, the great
Of the
American
world.
guitar store.
Maybe not yet.
So
World.
we've got a
Working
busy day tomorrow, Chris. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and wrap this one up. guys, thanks for hanging out with us on Sunday. I'm sure there was a lot of football and shit like that you could be watching, or nachos you could be eating. Maybe you did it all while you were watching us. But anyway, it was great to hang out with you guys. Ike, thanks for joining us. Mrs. Chose, Chris, everybody who's going to be in the class tomorrow, thanks for hanging out with us and being quiet. I'm talking to you too, Michael. And so we'll see you guys later on. We've got a bunch of good stuff coming up. I've got a video that's posting tomorrow at 5 in the morning. So we'll see you then. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you next time.